Hey, what's up? Got to speak on this. I read a few articles about the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance. I've also viewed some videos, and a lot of people are saying, oh, we didn't understand what he was saying, and that's not American, and all these things. But Puerto Rico is an American territory. And so people are saying all these things, but what they're not saying is, number one, why is Puerto Rico an American territory? And I'm not saying anything bad because that's an American territory. So, hey, that's a part of America. What we are not talking about is, hey, they speak Spanish as their main language. But also, let's talk about imperialism. See, this is what people like to gloss over. Why is Puerto Rico an American territory? And look, I'm happy Puerto Rico is an American territory. I'm happy for their culture, and I'll expand a little bit more. But let's jump to the United States, the continental United States. I was raised in South Georgia, born in Washington, D.C. Myself and my brothers, we were all born in Washington, D.C., but raised in South Georgia, right down there by the Florida line. And so let's talk about a few things. I haven't been to a lot of states. Well, I'll say, I haven't been to a lot of states, but I've been on both coasts and, north, south, east, west. I'll say that. So, me, born in Washington, D.C., raised in South Georgia, down by the Florida line, I'll tell you this. I did all my shopping in Tallahassee, Florida. I partied in Tallahassee. Tallahassee's music scene is totally different than Atlanta. Totally. It's totally different. Really, once you pass where I'm from and going up a little bit more, it's totally different. They got the Juke vibe. And Florida, has a heavy Hispanic culture as well, which makes things very diverse as well. Totally different. I'm just talking about Georgia, but I'm letting you know that where I was raised at in South Georgia, the music was different. Everything is different. The culture, everything is different. So after college, I lived in Texas. I lived in San Antonio, and then I also lived in the Houston area. So when I first got to San Antonio, that was a big culture shock. That's heavily Hispanic. It's cool, though. I'm used to Waffle House and things like that. Man, they don't have no Waffle Houses in San Antonio. They are not on that. I'm used to eating, my grits, eggs, my bacon. No, you ain't really getting that out there. They eating barbacoa, kolaches. Totally different. The music, totally different. And I'm talking about, that's real that stuff. All the clubs, bars, not playing that hip hop stuff. And they not, Florida was different, but Atlanta more so on my swag. Hip hop, R&B, all those things. But what I want to say is this: is from politicians to people in the media, they don't tell about all their experiences across the United States because every state is different. Every state listens to different music. They have different cultures, different accents, all these things. That is what makes America a great place. And you learn and adjust. So when I was in San Antonio, I had to learn and adjust, man. Boy, I had to learn how to get my little salsa on because that's all you going to get. What you going to do? Man, you not hearing no Jeezy or nothing like that in no San Antonio, man. Look, they're not doing that. Do you know about the food? Do you know? And I'm in Georgia, and it'd be so funny when people say, let's go to a Mexican restaurant. And I ask them, what's on the menu? I'm like, do they have like tripas on the menu? Do they have menudo on the menu? Do they have lingua on the menu? Do they have barbacoa on the menu? And I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy Chipotle sells barbacoa, but most Mexican restaurants, I'm talking about in Georgia where I'm at, that area, they don't even sell barbacoa. That's crazy. How Chipotle selling barbacoa and they don't? But they don't understand that. That's what in San Antonio, that's what they eat for breakfast, barbacoa. So I couldn't get no grits and egg. You know, they bringing that to the job. Oh yeah. We about to eat some barbacoa. I'm like, what? Oh yeah. You sick? You need some noodle soup. What? Oh yeah. We in the backyard with with this big pan and the fire under it. Yeah. We cooking tripas. What? Oh, you know we like all that stuff spicy. You know, the take a beer, like all those things is different. You go out to Cali, Cali, LA. Let me tell you something. My first time out there recently, talking about last year, I'm going to buy something and buying a few things. They tell me, oh, you gotta pay for them bags. Oh yeah. We charge for the bags unless you want to carry it in your hand. That's how they do things. It's different. I'm like, what are you talking about? But even on the music, I'm a big music head. I know they be on like the hyphy, you know, in the hip hop scene and things like that. It's different. And that's all I'm trying to say. People who are doing all these things, it's just like, man, come on. And I'm disappointed because I don't get political. It ain't right, left. But you have California with the heaviest Hispanic, Latino population, Texas, and then Florida. In Texas and Florida, they mostly vote Republican, which is crazy, man. Like I'm not with all that other stuff, man. Like we trying to divide each other and just lie about stuff, man. We can't lie about stuff, man. Look, if I met somebody from Boston, Massachusetts, their accent would let me know they from up there. Memphis, Tennessee, I can tell that. Some of them folk from Louisiana, you know, you can tell that. You know, it's so many different things. We are so diverse, and we have to stop doing that. And the only thing I'm saying about the Bad Bunny performance, I'm not no big Spanish music person. I don't know a lot of Spanish artists or anything like that. I'm a hip hop, R&B, soft rock. You know, I like Hall & Oates. You know, John Bolton. You know, what's my dude? I don't need money. From Back to the Future. Don't need a credit card. I can't even think of his name right now. You know, I'm just a smooth, tight cat. You know, when it come to the music, but it's also being able to appreciate different things. And the last thing I say is this: when I got to San Antonio and being around the Spanish females and stuff, one of them put me on Prince voice, and he did a rendition of "Stand By Me," and it's in English/Spanish, and that's still one of my favorite songs to this day. He killed it. So that's all I'm gonna say, man. People, we gotta stop that, man. We gotta stop that. So if you want to talk about, he didn't say it in English, that's a United States territory, and they speak Spanish first. They don't speak English. You go to Texas, you gonna hear a lot of that too. You go to Florida, you gonna hear and see a lot of that too. You go to Cali. So anybody not stepping up to the plate and saying what it is, then we're not being real. And the only thing we're doing is destroying the fabric of the country because it's diverse. Look, we go out around, people communicate different, act different, talk different, ride in different vehicles. Man, you go out there to Cali, they electric like crazy, especially if you in the in them affluent neighborhoods. They are electric like crazy. Everything about them is protecting the environment. It's different. It's not like that in Georgia. In the Atlanta area, they have emissions. You go down south, they don't have emissions because the traffic is not like that down there. It's different everywhere. And we just have to start embracing these different things and also start understanding that, look, we can't have revisionist history as well. You know, there were people here before the Europeans came here, before they brought slaves from Africa here. And that's what made it a melting pot. So we got to stop all those things, man. And with me, it's all about love and learning. Love and learning. So it's your boy GTO. I just had to speak on that, man. Vibes with GTO. Yeah.